And yeah, in the upper left, FoCuS, who won Zotac Cup like 46 times or whatever it is. And in the upper right, ReMinD, who won it a record of 52 times. So I think this might be the 120th final between those two. It's really crazy. The final has always been FoCuS versus ReMinD in Zotac Cup 100 to 200 or whatever it was. So we saw this in 2010 and 9 over and over, but since both players just recently came back after their army duties, this is new, this feels special, and I'm really much looking forward to this, man. Echo Isles Orc versus Night Elf. We say this over and over again, but in no matchup this is more important. There's only one shop, Remo.
That's precisely right. And for the Orc, especially before Tier 3, this is a big advantage, because Orc before talent training for the Night Elf is a lot stronger, and usually they use that map control to get all the items at the shop and have a big advantage when it comes to the first big fight. And it seems to me like in top level Warcraft, like the very, very top end of it, Orc recently has been kind of having a very good time against Night Elf.
Yeah. Well, I can only see like Fly and FoCuS winning against Night Elf. Orc Worker is pretty weak against Cooper too, I guess.
But I think these two are the only like really top dogs that we have.
I don't really know. I think it's pretty much 50-50.
A player's forces are under attack.
Always depending on the opponents, of course. In Korea, it's way harder this matchup than it is in China or Europe.
Fly, when we were at WCA, we mentioned it. There was like a span of, what was it, 1.5 years where he didn't lose a map to Night Elf.
But it's over.
Crazy.
He was eliminated by ReMinD, and that shows you how good this guy is against Orc. Maybe the best Orc versus Night Elf versus Orc player in the world, with eliminating the world champion from the tournament at NetEase in Shanghai. FoCuS.
Yeah, and this is where the Night Elves need to watch. I'm pretty sure Warchief is either in this game or watching the stream, because he has been having a lot of issues with FoCuS in the Jera Cups.
Yeah.
And ReMinD, well, you say it, he's the master.
But FoCuS, I think, struggling a bit, or was struggling a bit against Night Elf, but that was due to the Tier 2 push with the Beastmaster, which is not really happening anymore. He learned how to wall off his base and how to play with it, and maybe even setting traps for the Demon Hunter. And since ReMinD is not even going for that Tier 2 push anymore, but focuses on creeping, I think that big weakness is out of the equation for FoCuS, and that makes him a lot stronger versus Night Elf.
You remember when FoCuS started to come back and he was just getting destroyed by Warchief, like that game on Last Refuge. Oh my god, that was so brutal. But yeah, as you say, he's going creeping, finding the greater mana and selling it immediately, of course. There's boots for the demon, and the Grunt is going into position to block. So this should be a forced TP. I can't see him dying and letting him die with a level 2, having level 2 already.
But there's no Windwalk anymore. Will it be enough? The block is a little too late. Gets a second chance, maybe? No. He sends the Grunt away so that he won't block himself. And he gets away. Oh, he misses very well. The RNGesus is with ReMinD here. He gets to the Moonwell, and now they're exchanging blows again.
Alright, so TP did not have to be used. So this is pretty good for ReMinD. But the Ancient of Wonders will be cancelled, but it's only a shop. It's not that big of a loss. So much money for ReMinD.
Yeah.
Saving the Archer, Ancient of War being uprooted. Tier 2 is gonna finish in just a second, and there will be, of course, immediate Tier 3 tech, double Ancient of Wind, and the Beastmaster, unless something very unexpected happens.
Well, he has the Wisp in position for that second hero, and booyah, there he is. But he's going directly into the direction of FoCuS's base. That is interesting, because the last time I've seen ReMinD play versus Orcs, he was always creeping. But this time...
I think it's because of the Grunt's positioning. If he would be expecting the grunts in the main to defend, he might not go for this. And now the peon is blocking, but it will die. But he's sending another one there to continue blocking, and it keeps the base closed. But that one will die as well. Has he bought enough time? I think so. Tier 2 buildings will not be cancelled.
No, that was a well-defended push by FoCuS here. The only archer is down, by the way, so only the heroes are the army of ReMinD at the moment. And we have 2 grunts for FoCuS. Tower and Chieftain, of course, the second hero, with a big shockwave that will deal with the lives of the Druids of the Talons that are coming. Double Engine of Wind, you see it. Tier 3 take, of course, with Cyclone. You know the drill. This has been the meta game in Night Elf vs. Orc for years and years and years. I think since 2005, so it's 11 years of Talons vs. Orc, with not that much changing.
That's only 5 Lumber Wisps for ReMinD, by the way.
Ooh.
Isn't that a little low?
That
He is also low on
low.
lumber. Not sure if that's intentional or not.
How much lumber is the master upgrade? I think that's the only thing he needs with lumber, right?
It's like 150. Not sure, maybe 200.
That's okay. So he tries to do something with the Quill Beast, but it's just itching the Orc. Of course, Spirit Walkers are coming for Dispel and Spirit Link. Late Master still level 1 though. That is a big deal. He's not able to go for the harass because his Windwalker is not level 2. And so the Tauren Chieftain leveling will be a lot slower. And I guess he will not have Shockwave level 2 when the first fight starts.
That happens rarely anyways, I would say, that the first fight starts with a level 2 Shockwave. But yeah, you're right. It's gonna take a long time here on Echo. Now he has his tier 2 units, he has map control, and he's going towards the shop. We have been mentioning this starting out in this game. So important. He gets the invul and he's probably gonna get a heal scroll as well. Or maybe he wants to get more units quickly. But, I mean, ReMinD is not slowing down the Orc, but he doesn't really need slowing down. Because again, his creeping is so slow. And ReMinD actually has a lot of space here. Almost level 3 on his demon already.
He crept that so important mercenary camp spot, getting the Berserker. It's a little more damage against the walkers and in general. Claws plus 9, it's very nice. Beastmaster will be level 2, so the Hawk can always scout the Blade Master like this. Hello, little friend! And now Fury Fire. Oh, no Fury Fire. So no map vision for that one. But yeah, focus the job now. Steal as many creep spots as you can. Get as much claws as you can. And then... No, gloves of haste again.
There's a Wand of Lightning Shield, by the way, on the TC.
Ooh,
that can be really big, but I mean, you can just Cyclone and Dispel it that way. But I guess it's a Cyclone you have to use that you normally would not want to.
Yeah, possible. Maybe you can use it when you use an invul potion as well, so it can't be Cyclone. Oh my god! FoCuS is going for an expansion. That is super duper risky.
I'm surprised by this. Like, he's not very far ahead or behind.
Yeah.
Usually you go for an expo in one of those cases. When you're far ahead, you use it to win the game, to secure it that way. And when you're behind, oh, nice dodge of the End-Snap, by the way, with a Talon. When you're behind, you try to go for a Hail Mary play. But, like, why is he doing this?
FoCuS
I'm not sure.
Cancels the expansion. It was scouted before by Wisp. And he's going for the main base. I don't really know if he has pillage. I don't think so. 46 versus 46, you don't want to fight there as an Orc.
Wants to save the Grunt, which I'm surprised about. I think he would be happy to let that die and replace it with more useful supply. Here comes the fight. First Shockwave. Where's it gonna go? Into the Talons. Well,
he's still waiting.
There it is. A nice Shockwave, hitting 3, but it's only a level 1 Shockwave, of course. And now he's starting to get burned.
And that's it for Shockwaves. He's just a big grunt now. Speaking of grunts, he denied that one. Very well done. But hero levels are speaking in favor of ReMinD. So does the supply, but it's not that much.
And here comes the fight, but the Night Elf is confident taking this. He has level 3 Demon, he has his heroes, he has his 50 supply, and the Orc is only at 50 as well. Oh, and here comes the surround on the TC. There is an invul, however, on the Blade Master. Can be swapped. He's using it instead to go for the Demon Hunter. Mass and Snare is coming, and a nice lightning shield as well. But the TC, man, he can't survive this. He's dying, and there is still saving. Yes, there is for the Demon Hunter as he gets staffed out, and this is looking horrible for the Orc.
FoCuS losing one unit after another. Finally, the Raiders are able to get to the Talons, killing 2 at the same time. But without the Torrent Chieftain, man, what can you do? Of course, the aura is missing as well. Less attack speed, less movement speed makes it harder to micro. But the Raiders get away with murder. So it was a decent comeback by FoCuS. But don't get yourself surrounded again. But, well, there's plenty of mana. He can windwalk out there. And he's going for the expansion once again. He wanted that fight to buy time and get that economy advantage. But of course, ReMinD knows about this, planning an engine of war. Don't annoy me with that shit anymore, buddy. Oh, surround the Beastmaster. No, he can't. He can't stay in there.
And I must say, I'm pretty disappointed with FoCuS's play here. It seems like nothing is coming together. He is fighting the opponent when he has the money to get up to 60, but is not up at 60 yet. He's fighting when he has grunts still, which are pretty useless. He's not fighting in his main, where he has the shop support. He's going for an expansion, which is kind of questionable. He's not attacking before tier 3, but waiting for the Talon Master training. So, a lot of decisions. And I think FoCuS is looking way weaker here than we've seen him in the last few weeks and months against Night Elves from Europe.
Yeah, this is definitely not his map. But he got the first claw now, bought it at the marketplace. So maybe he's relying on that high-level critical strikes.
Forces are under attack.
And now FoCuS is coming in, going for the Druids. That's what he's been doing to War Chief over and over. Ignoring the heroes, going for the Druids. Now the TC is coming back from the side. He has used the Shockwave already. And this is a pretty good positioning for the Orc. It's all over the place. The Pocket Factory cannot really block too much. And the Talons are suffering the consequences.
Oh, that lightning shield again. We see pocket rockets, but a lot of stuff died through that lightning shield. It was very good. So 45 versus 45 food, but everything is low for FoCuS. A heal wave or a heal scroll would be so awesome, but no, everything is dying now. Dispel once again, countered by Spirit Link, 144 critical strike and snare on the Demon Hunter once again, but there's no mana anymore. 162. Will he get the Demon Hunter? But there's a Town Portal and an Info Potion. He wants to force one of them. He wants to get the Raiders away from that range. Oh my god, he's losing 1, he's losing 2. That was unnecessary.
Yeah, man, lots of missed micro. Also in that fight, there were many end snares that had not been used, that could have been used. But now the Demon Hunter has to use the invul, will survive for now. The Blade Master needs a healing potion quickly, right now, just barely getting it in time. Surviving that way, but still needs to be careful, and so does the TC. Everything is so low for FoCuS. It seemed like he turned this game around, now trying to force the TP, but only the staff will be used, as he keeps on losing more and more.
Level 4 on the Blade Master, but what's it worth if you only have 20 HP? The Torrent Chieftain is about to die. The magic damage is not much, but it's worth it. And GG, ReMinD taking this game in 13 minutes, 35 seconds, and it looked pretty easy.
And there were glimpses there of FoCuS's amazing skill. That one fight where he made it work with a good positioning with a lightning shield and everything. It was also sloppy by ReMinD to be taking that fight there, but he was far ahead. But before that, yeah, man, it really didn't look so strong. FoCuS, who has been wrecking face in Jera Cup. Is it not his day? Was it just not his map? If he wants to win the series, if he wants to go on to the grand final, he needs to step it up.
Maybe it's due to the computer problems that he suffered through. I don't know. Maybe that annoyed him. And maybe he lost his flow, or whatever it is. ReMinD was just relaxing back there, waiting for his opponent, watching the games. But yeah. It's Amazonia next.
Yeah. Good Night Elf map, I would say. Oh, wait. Rich, for example, loves this map, but Rich is long out. He has been one of the big hopes, but today we have to hope for somebody else. The Europeans still remaining are Rudan and
Sonic,
the other
who
Sonic.
is down 1-0 against Loliot. And the game is up.
Yes, I'm in.
Me too.
So looking at the grid, do we have a check against Reprise? We already mentioned this. Very surprisingly, check winning against the Master of the Blood Mage. And yeah, will be
And
a Knight
check
of Mirror
beating
down
Hawk,
there as
by
well.
the way. So he seems to be crazy good against human.
That's right. Wouldn't have.
Maybe that's why he did so good in the PGL, because there were so many humans.
Yeah, that's a good point. But
Ha!
still, I think like check. I know. I just don't consider him one of the really good Koreans. Do you?
No. He's good.
The really good Koreans are the guys in the winner bracket right here. FoCuS and ReMinD.
And Lolite, obviously.
Exactly. And FoCuS and ReMinD. The second game is starting right here. Amazonia coming up. Of course, Amazonia lends itself to a lot of aggression. It's a small map, and there's not really many spots that the Night Elf can be in, so it's easy for the Orc to either ambush via Creepjack or just attack the main. And I think that should be FoCuS's plan here in game number 2. More aggression before Cyclone.
So, once again, this is map number 2, ReMinD leading 1-0, and of course, nowadays we have What If Rich versus Hawk, who met each other in Jera Cup finals over and over and over again, but way before What If Rich knew about control groups in Warcraft, there was ReMinD and FoCuS battling each other every single Saturday in the good old Zotac Cups, at least 150 times over the years. So this is the epic battle of two friends. The one winning the WCG 2010, the other got so close, being the bronze medalist of 2013. FoCuS still without a big major title in his career. Maybe today is the day. Of course not comparable to the WCG or WCA, but still a good one. And since he recently moved to a new flat, I think he can use the money for some, I don't know, stuff.
WCA was a top 4 prize pool, right?
Yeah.
So Lolite did get in there, but FoCuS, where did FoCuS end up?
Group stage.
Group stage, yeah. That was a deciding game against Jaws, exactly.
Yeah. And of
Where
course,
the German started his miraculous run. Man, it was so crazy. And so close.
A player's forces are
I
under
remember
attack.
you tearing up. It was a beautiful moment.
just a bit, just one single tear. Alright, Amazonia, the obvious start at the laboratory. Let's see how ReMinD does it. We all remember, of course, Moon last hitting with the Lightning Shield and the Engine of War all over the place, but ReMinD is doing this better. Or is he? Yes, he is. So full experience for the Demon Hunter, immediate level 2. Same goes for the Blade Master. We get the claws, is the big question here. Nope, Circlet. This is also very, very nice.
And here is already where the game is gonna start to really show where it's gonna go, because right now FoCuS has the choice. Do I continue creeping or do I go aggressive? I imagine he definitely wants level 2 before being too forward. Is he gonna get the second circlet? Most certainly looks like it.
Yeah.
But he also got the second circlet on Echo, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he had lots of circlets there. And Mr. Greenfield is out of the game. We can continue. Slippers and circlets.
This demon has the nuts. The slippers and the circlets so good in the early game, and he also got the manual of health, which isn't bad.
And the tier 2 tag by ReMinD as well, so everything is settling
player's
again
forces are under
for that epic TC Raider Walker versus Talon battle. In the winner bracket grand final, the winner bracket final here, the one who wins this gets to the grand final and has a 1-0 advantage in the best of 5. And of course is a guaranteed second place. The loser is a guaranteed third place, dropping to the Constellation final.
And yeah, FoCuS seems like this time around he doesn't want to give his opponent too much time, doesn't want to creep up himself. He is being the aggressor. Surprisingly, the Grunt was just chilling somewhere else.
Demon Hunter got the boots, by the way. That makes life a little harder for the Blade Master, but thank God.
Wisp is coming for the
Players'
block.
forces are under
If he
attack.
gets a kill here, that would be crazy, but the block has to be amazing. Doesn't get it. Oh, he's trying to keep him away from the shop because of course he wants the boot. He needs the boots himself.
Yeah.
Is he gonna get it anyways? If he gets this kill, man. That's just soul crushing. But he should be able to get inside his base at the very least. Speed scroll will be saving him.
And he'll get the boots from the shop. Oh, but yeah, doesn't really do that much. Oh! Oh, it's so close. 60 HP, another Wisp. Ah, it's too slow. Now with boots, of course, it's too slow. He can run away with ease. The peons fighting for him. ReMinD still not giving up on this. Well, all the time he runs away, he cannot creep. And that's a good thing. And cannot harass. So plenty of time for ReMinD.
I'm sorry, I had to be away for a bit. Alright, Beastmaster is out. Tier 2 buildings are in production, and it doesn't seem like they're gonna be getting cancelled. So FoCuS is not being disturbed too much. But he doesn't even have level 2 yet.
Well, that was the same situation on Echo Owls as well.
Yep, that's true. So is he gonna, just like on Echo, go for creeping, or is he gonna be aggressive despite having low hero levels?
So there's one Quill Beast in the main base. There's a Grunt to wall this off. But he
Bad
will get,
positioning.
yeah, he
Was-
will
was-
get that burrow. With 2 Quill Beasts, I think it's pretty safe to say. Oh, now it's only 1. Will he get it nevertheless?
He can surround the Beastmaster here, but there is a staff, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, he gets the... No way. No way, the one Quill Beast.
So
The
enough.
Burrow is staying alive, no, the Archer.
Oh,
Hero
repair!
Archer, but here comes the repair.
He needs
More
more!
repair.
Oh, well calculated by FoCuS, and that burrow was super important. Otherwise, he would have been supply stuck.
But it seems like he doesn't have the presence of mind to know the Archer is there. I don't think.
Well, he
He
has
was
no
shadow
dust.
melted right in front of him,
Players'
but
forces
maybe he
are
didn't
under
realize. Or is there a scan coming? Yep, never mind. So everything looking... Oh, nice staff actually from the returning Demon Hunter. Saving the Archer. Cool little moves here. Both players seem to be playing very well at the moment.
Yeah, real tryhards. Doing all the things that they can. Anti upgrade is coming, the first walker is coming, the second walker is coming. On the other side, tier 3 is almost done. No pressure so far from the orc player. And ReMinD can basically do whatever he wants. But no tier 2 building was delayed for FoCuS. No burrow was cancelled or killed. So it's actually pretty nice. But once again, the problem that he had on Echo Owls, the levels of the Blade Master and the Torrent Chieftain are pretty much horrible.
But he might be able to force a TP here, but I guess the end snare isn't ready yet. It just finished. Here comes the end snare. Does he have the time to get the surround? Not really, but he's kind of blocked, and the creep actually gets the surround, but there is a staff anyways.
Always a staff, but that's a good opportunity for FoCuS to kill that Sasquatch here. Tons of experience, but ReMinD is healing up, of course. That Engine of War is buying him some time.
Players' forces
And
are
now
under
he's
attack.
back. But the Sasquatch is going to the Orc nevertheless.
Oh, and FoCuS is super supply stuck.
Yeah.
He is at 40 out of 40, and he doesn't even have a Boro constructing yet. This is a big problem, because right now is when he wants to keep on the pressure before Talon Master training.
He's not building one still. He has no resources to do so. He bought something. Ibu Potion and Heal Potion from the shop of ReMinD. Okay, that's of course important, but is it more important than the shop? I don't know. Maybe he thought that, okay, this is one of the few times that I'm around at my opponent's shop, so I'll just buy it now.
But he finally gets the Boro, but it's so incredibly late. Phew.
Town is
That's a
under
big
siege.
macro mistake.
Players' forces
Something that
are
should
under
not be
attack.
happening. But still, he gets more creeps. He has the middle of the map. He still has map control as long as there is no master training, but it's going to be finishing within seconds. Do we have the Orb of Venom? Yes, we do. We have one staff, also healing potion. No invul though on the Demon Hunter. And here comes the Creep Jack. The Tinker is here, and we have 40 versus 40 basically. The Orc could have more, but doesn't, as we said before. Here comes the Cyclone, but lots of mana on the Blade Master will be easily able to run away here.
Scan and another mana burn. Oh. Okay. I just made a small mistake. Oh, back to this. Torrent Chieftain level 2, so there is the level 1 Shockwave, but it's not doing that much. ReMinD has no healing. He has a heal potion on the Demon Hunter. Now the Tinker as a third hero. And the Pocket Factory is there as well. But apart from that, the items pretty normal. And here we go again. Or do we?
Now the question is FoCuS. Where does he wanna put his aggression or his focus fire? Is he gonna try to go for the heroes? Seems like that was what he tried on Echo, and which didn't work out at all until the later fight. Or is he gonna go for the talents? Well, for now he's gonna go creeping, so neither of which.
Yeah, and I think it's the best decision. You can't really fight without level 2. He won't get it here though, because the Blade Master also needs his levels. And here comes ReMinD, knowing exactly what goes on. The Sasquatch is still alive. Pocket Factory in a great position, blocking all that talents here, but he's going for the Beastmaster. There's the staff on. There's no second one. Nice Shockwave! Really good. Really well done. Cyclone coming in against the Blade Master. Of course, there's no Invo Potion anymore, but the Raiders are able to deal with one talent after another. One Cyclone once again to the Blade Master. Town Portal out by the Beastmaster, keeping him alive. But that fight was pretty good for FoCuS. Getting that Sasquatch now, maintaining the shop control, and that is of course more items at level 3, plus, what was it? Sentry wards, I guess.
And this is a very different game from Echo Isles. He even has all of his Raiders still alive. I think in that fight he didn't lose a single unit, apart from, you know, peons.
Yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
And the Demon Hunter still not level 3. Level 2 now for the Beastmaster also. Not bad for him. FoCuS, does he want to get level 3 or is he gonna look for some aggression? Seems like he wants to find his opponent. He's walking across the map right now, and this Creepjack could be huge. There's no TP here.
But you can't really go to a Rock Golem with only magic damage, I guess. So it's not a Creepjack, this is another fight. Cyclone again, how much? There's plenty of mana on the Talons. Once again, a decent Pocket Factory, but not that great. The Shockwave hits everything.
And he has one more Shockwave shortly, but I guess not when the mana burn starts coming. And the Talons, man, they're so exposed now that the Pocket Factory is gone. But he's not really focusing the Talons as well. The Walkers are trying to deal with the heroes. The Demon Hunter, though, he's so healthy, man. Heal Scroll, Heal Potion, Invul Potion. And this fight is not looking great for FoCuS at all. Now level 3 for TC and Demon Hunter. Of course, TC out of mana. And FoCuS, man, this micro, I don't know, it doesn't look too good.
The Torrent Chieftain problems now, but the Demon Hunter blocking himself a little bit. He dropped fairly low here. Huge advantage for ReMinD. There is no mana anymore on the Blade Master. Can he escape though? I don't think. He's trying to go for it with the Torrent Chieftain. I don't really know why. Trying to fight the way out from with the Tinker. But this looks horrible for the Orc. He's losing his first hero. Torrent Chieftain still high up in the air. And he's getting Raider after Raider. FoCuS completely threw that game out the window, and he's down to the loser bracket. The first one in the grand final comes from Korea, is a Night Elf, and is called ReMinD.
I know what happened that game. It was kind of the opposite of Echo. Echo, he started bad, and then it got better. And here it started good, and then it got worse. But in either case, that's not the FoCuS we're used to seeing. Not at all.
Nope.
Maybe it's
it
a
was
mental block, thinking like, oh my god, it's ReMinD again.
It's ReMinD, yeah,
He beat me so many times.
Or the PC issues before that threw him off a bit. But we don't know. It was a great performance by ReMinD though.
Yeah, I do agree. And I'm impressed by this guy. He is also not back, hasn't been back for too long. And it's kind of crazy how quick these guys get back into shape.